Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and this is your daily tarot reading. I feel like this reading ties in with the reading we did yesterday. This feels like the same energy, divine masculine energy. This is definitely a close soul tie. I have a Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So I don't feel like this reading is about the viewer of this video. I feel like this is about the person attached to you. Again, a close soul tie. Could be a twin flame, most likely a twin flame, because I do see a card of spiritual journey on there. Now I have a Seven of Wands here, and the Seven of Wands tells me that this person at this time is fighting a lot of battles, and this is probably connected to the karmic ties in their life. They're fighting with the people around them, they're fighting with karmic partners, with exes, with friends and family members who they're realizing now do not have their best interest at heart. And I feel like a lot of the divine masculine's eyes have been opened. They have had the big wake up call by the universe, and they're seeing people for who they are. And this is creating a lot of conflict in their life. They're ending connections. They're leaving jobs they're not happy in. They might be moving. They might be moving to a better location. They're completely transforming their life at this time. So they might not be very focused on you, the viewer, at this time, only because they're very focused inward right now and on their circumstances. But I have a Three of Wands here. And the Three of Wands tells me that this person has a goal in mind for what they want for their life. And they know that right now they have to work really hard to get to that goal. And that goal is likely you and a more peaceful life, right? Especially if this is a divine masculine. So their divine feminine has become their goal, where before they might not have felt worthy. They might have had all these hang-ups. They were trying to distract from the attraction and from the intense energy, but now they're starting to raise their energy, right? They're starting to get rid of all the things weighing them down. They're starting to probably go through the dark night of the soul. They're starting to disconnect from all the things keeping them apart from their divine feminine. So they're going towards their Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is a victory card. That is the card of finally achieving everything they've ever wanted. That is the reward for all the hard work that they're putting in now, all the connections they're severing, all the changes and the internal transformation they're going through, because this is not just external. More than anything, this is internal. They're finally seeing what has held them back all this time, the traumas, the past connections, the people who have wounded them in the past, and they're seeing their patterns, their karmic patterns, things that they're seeing where everything came from, all the choices they've made all their life, and why they were feeling certain things about certain people, and why they were, toxic themselves. They're looking at the toxicity within themselves, and they're starting to resolve it. And with the Hierophant here, that to me represents the spiritual journey. Now, they might be talking to someone who is more spiritually inclined. They might look at the divine feminine as an inspiration. But I feel this is either someone now, maybe they're following someone spiritual on social media. They're starting to learn about spiritual things, because now they're finally tuning in to the spiritual energy within themselves, and they're starting to understand more about the journey, right? The twin flame journey, their soul journey. All of us, whether you're a twin flame or not, we're all on a journey here, right? And they're starting to tune in to the spirituality within themselves. And that's beautiful. They're starting to really form a connection to the divine. Now, as I said, the Six of Cups is very much a card for a soul connection. And they're feeling very nostalgic for the times they've had with you in the past and how you've made them feel. And they would like to feel it again. And this is very much a reconciliation card. This is very much a card of thinking about the past and wanting to feel what they felt back then and wanting to be happy. And this is also an inner child card where the inner child has messages to give to you, and maybe they're tuning into their inner child and they're really starting to work on themselves, and they are now looking at all the happiness that they didn't accept when you first met, right? All the happiness they pushed away because they didn't feel worthy, they didn't feel deserving. They were attached to people who were not serving them, but at the time, they were on the same vibration, right? They were the same frequency as those other people. And your frequency was higher than theirs, and they knew they had to do a lot of work on themselves in order to match you. And they didn't feel it was possible back then, but look at all the work they're doing now, and they're starting to raise their frequency to match up to yours. And that's when they can finally come back in. So get prepared if you are feeling this, if you feel that this is your reading, and you might have had some signs if you're tuned in. You might have gotten some signs, you might have had some dreams that this person is coming back in. Trust it. Sit back and worry about yourself right now. Don't be hyper focused on them, because if you hyper focus on them, then that is going to hold them back. That puts up blocks. So you focus on you. Just trust. Don't put any fear into this connection, right? Don't feed any feelings of fear. Don't put any feelings of doubt into this connection, because that's how you keep it at bay, right? So you just sit back and relax, worry about you, nurture yourself, live your best life. But the more you are open and the more you are self-focused and live in your best life, the faster this connection is finally coming into union. That's what I got for you today, guys. This is beautiful. Love and light. I will talk with you tomorrow.